the journey that tomorrow will bring. So be sure you're always ready to face anything. Every move you make, every step you take, yeah, they will be on this map you've made. You think you're ready to see what could lie beyond the land and the sea, always shining bright, so difficult but charming. Within the heavy rain, dreams in a hurricane. Now it's time to shake things up and go. One dream, one wish. If you wanna chase your dream, go for the knockout. Over the top. Hello everybody, it is I, TDFan 2023, and welcome to another video, another ranking video, and this is another top 10 collab video, which is also a crossover with me and multiple other users mostly, on YouTube and Discord. So I would like to, give a special shout out to these people who helped me and who decided to join and participate in this collab. So the links to their YouTube channels will be in the description down below of this video, so make sure to check those guys out because they are amazing people. And yeah, with that said, this video is, as the title says, the top 10 most or well-developed characters in paper shows, in mostly the paper shows of the people who are in this video, of course. So with that out of the way, let's just get on to the list. So yeah, let's get to it. We're going to be starting off with the honorable mentions. So here are the honorable mentions. We got Shantae from Total Paper Island, Tharja from Super Nintendo Paper Island, Chill Day from Total Drum Paper Cartoon, Lavender from the Battle of Paper, and Neku from Total Drum Nintendo. Alright, with that said, let's get on the list, starting with number 10.
Hello everyone, it is me, Jose, the MNG fan, 2005, or Jose, the My Hero Academia fan. And today, it'll be my part to do the collab with TDI fan for Enderman for TPI, for the most developed contestant. Well, he may be last in 10th place, but to me, Enderman probably did pretty good, for being most developed, and he did make it far in the seasons. Well, before that, we gotta talk about him when he first appeared. Well, I believe he first appeared back in season 9 in Brains vs. Bonds and Beauty, and he was your typical villain, just someone who would be bad and be bad and make it far to the finale, which he did against Iron Man. And he didn't win because Iron Man got more votes and beat him. And Enderman, he did not like that. And as I can remember, he was with Snow King, I think so, or Slow Bro or Snow King. I don't know which evolution it was though, so my bad. But he teamed up with Snow King and he was pretty bad. And yeah, he also appeared in Hero Events, being on the villain team. And yeah, he wasn't good. No, I mean he's a good character, but he wasn't good. He was bad obviously. And he did get eliminated, I think in the midpoint of the game. But it was still pretty cool to see him. And then later, he was in an arc with Tony Berg, I think so was the guy's name. And they teamed up and they went to take over TBI, but of course they failed. And yeah. And then here, at first it was bad. And to myself, I was like, I don't know if he'll ever change. Like when he become bad and stuff. I think he's sad and stuff. But then, I don't think and then he appeared in Champions Server Clash and he was still pretty bad, if I can remember. He wasn't acting like himself, and I don't know, it just felt different. Like Enderman is still pretty bad for the whole seasons, and he did get eliminated in the midpoint again, if I can remember. And yeah, that was for Enderman. And I think so, if I believe he was in the arc of the Townsend arc, or if not, I probably don't remember. But yeah, then I think he returned in oh boy, he didn't return to scene 21. Well, finally, I feel like that's where he actually changed, and I feel like to me he's gotten better because he became this bad person to I feel like a good person in the season. Most people consider Vince season wasn't the best. People say it was pretty forgettable. And to be honest, I enjoyed the scene 23. It was fun, and I liked the events because some events didn't act like bad no more because some of them were good, and that made me real happy to see that. And so we have Enderman, and then he was doing some good things, and I feel like it just didn't change him a lot. Then came the Brego arc where we were all arrested by the police because of the villains. Oh wait, before we talk about that, we gotta talk about the host. So in the midpoint, T Diffin got arrested because of something, but I forgot. But then Tony Barr came back. That guy was not seen since 12 seasons, I believe, and now he's back. So he hosted the villain season with other people, which I honestly forgot, sadly. One of them being Buster Moon, and they the hosting, and then the police wanted. Well, they finally found out about what they've been doing, so they all got arrested. And then I think Enderman was helping them break out, which is what Ven would do, but they're doing it for a good cause. And yeah, so then Z, no, was that his name? I forgot his name, but it was a guy from the One Piece movie film Z, and he helped them escape and break out in Enderman. It was so nice to, you know, they became good friends, and yeah, so that proves not everyone has to be evil. And so yeah, that made me truly happy to see that. So then we see Enderman making alliances and making new friends. One character from Danganronpa named Junko, and they both were getting along, and many people call him a couple, which I can see. And the one else, I love Enderman. He's one of those characters that I feel like did so much, and I'm happy for the man. And he made it really fun in the game. But I had to lose a lot of friends, and his new friend, I guess, like couple, I don't know, like his new good friend Junko. He was sad, but he moved on and made it to the final 2 against Bowser. And surprisingly not, he won. Enderman won. After all the time being mad for not getting first place, he finally won. And I'm finally happy for the man. He won, and I'm happy for Enderman. He's now a winner, and he changed. And well, he's still kind of bad, but by the end, he became someone different. And I enjoy Enderman a lot. And also, I can't wait to see whatever he appears next. He won't be the winner. And he may get out early, but at least he's good now. And a bit better. So now, I can't wait to see what Enderman has in store next for TPI. And honestly, I'm excited. And Tim, if you're watching this, thank you so much for making TPI and making these such developed characters. Some are not developed, but most are, and I just appreciate it. Keep up the good work, man. You deserve it. And this is the end of my part for the club. 10th place. So yeah, let's go to number 9.
Coming in 9th place, we got the Grape God Monetta. Why him out of all people? Well, even though he was the first boot in Veteran Series newcomers, he did pretty well in this next season. He went from first boot to 3rd place. Now that's some character development. First boot in Veteran Series newcomers to 3rd place in All-Stars. That just goes to show how much of a the GOAT he is. And if that isn't development, then I don't know what is. That's why Monetta deserves his spot on the list.
For 8th place in the most developed paper show characters, we've got Meta Knight from MLR's Total Paper Island. For how Meta Knight developed over time was how he hammered from getting 13th place out of 25 contestants in Season 1 to 9th place out of 25 contestants in Season 2. For how Meta Knight started in Season 1, he was doing pretty average, getting his tone right and done, until he fell downhill by trying to kill Komi-san in the Making Magic contest. He was even trying to, but he still got the boot by his team anyways. But then in Season 2, Meta Knight made a redemption. He made some friends during the game and became more serious from his previous actions. During eliminations at that time, he made some good points for how these people should go out here and there, Paper Mario mostly agreeing to them. As he kept getting more screen time and getting developed to his regular personality in the OG games, his time ends in episode 16 sadly. In his elimination, he said this season was better than Season 1 originally.
Here's his one contestant that is on this list, and that contestant is Ness, a character that had tons of development throughout the course of my series. Basically, he went from at least winning to getting an early boot to at least making the finale. But how did this begin? Well, let's take back all the way back to Plotagon. I could tell you in brief, which is kind of like lost media. Let's just say that he did a few things throughout the season, and yeah, basically, he did some of the things, but like not a lot since it was kind of like rushed and forgotten media. So basically, when he won Season 2 of my old series, Total Plotagon Island, that kind of had an effect towards him when he was in Survivor Nintendo Paper Island Season 1. Which therefore, he would get out very early in the beginnings of Season 1 of Survivor Nintendo Paper Island. That, however, had an effect on Ness's character development, and when he came back for Season 5, a bunch of stuff had changed from him. Which, therefore, he had a lot of impact towards his character development. And how did he do that? Well, he managed to have lots of improvement towards, basically his character. He had a bit of screen time. More like, basically, an improvement towards his performance, character, social game, and development. Basically, he went from a big threat when he won Total Plotagon Island series And just because he won a different series, that isn't related to a paper show, or maybe someone else's paper show, to have at least character development that would make himself better, that he can prove himself that he can make it far, even if he won, like, for example, like if he won a different series such as Polygon. Ness is a promising character on this list because of the character development, and he also proved himself that even if he won a different paper show or a different series, for example, like Total Paper Island or IEP, Toe Drum and Nintendo, etc. So yeah, that's why Ness is on the list for character development. For paper shows in particular.
In number 6, we have Pinkle Peach, Total Drama Nintendo. In her first season, Season 2, CDN Action, she was the primary merge antagonist, and she is very recognizable for it. In all her seasons, she's always been the manipulator. But in a few cases, she couldn't manipulate others, like, for example, Inkling Boy, one of her nemesis of TDN. Over time, Pinkle Peach has developed more into a humble character in the series. She is also very recognizable and a very iconic character in TDN, even appearing in Best of the Best and the Collab series, Icon Invasion. She is also very ruthless in gameplay, and very much the manipulator type. Even said, she used to get so much hate back then. Now, she practically doesn't anymore due to how much development she has, which is why Jesse HOH really likes playing this character, because we already know how ruthless she is, which is why Pinkle Peach is in number 6 of this list.
Coming in at number 5, we have Nagisa Shioda from Insane Elimination Power. When Nagisa first competed in IEP, they kind of didn't do so good. They floated, and let's just say they didn't even make the merge. Nothing special really happened, and yeah. But that all changed when Season 6 Veterans Voyage rolled around. Nagisa went from being a pre-merge boot to making it all the way to the finale and winning the season, making them the 6th Insane Elimination Power winner. This would definitely be justified as they got really developed as the season progressed, making certain moves, and of course winning the season in all is just a really big accomplishment. So yeah, as you can see, Nagisa really does fit number 5 on this list, and I'll let this one go on to our number 4.
Coming in at number 4, we have Waluigi, of course, 2-time champion in Total Drama Nintendo. What is not to love about him? I mean, everybody loves Waluigi, right? He is probably one of the best players in TDN history. Well, duh, that's why he's on this list. He got a lot of development. At first, he was a bit slow when it comes to being a competitor, but he picked himself up, and look at him, winning twice, 2 seasons. So, and that is, most of the characters on this list haven't even done that. So, Waluigi definitely deserves to be on this list, and that's why he's at number 4. He's just the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Bronze is a beautiful color, and a lovely trophy to attain when gold and silver were banished from existence. And how can we top that from a character who went from a sad boy with no talents to a famous idol who wants to top it all? And that, my friends, is a character that is none other than Jupiter Abeus from Total Paper Island. Now, Jupiter's character change is probably one of the best changes in paper show history for a lot of reasons. In his first season, aka Gender Battle, he was known as Joseph, a character who's known this season as his massive punching bag. After that, man changed for the better, changing his names to one of the most iconic names in the paper show community, turned to a character who nobody should have messed with. A character who became so mysterious that people always want to ask, how did he become so popular all of a sudden? What causes this change? Not only that, the development for Jupiter from his first season to his next is crazy. People's first impressions on Jupiter back in season 18, they all have quite mixed feelings on him. Think he's either a wuss, boring, and too much of a bland character. Yet the same exact people are obsessed with Morty. But now I've seen a ton of people who are into his character and love him tons. In fact, he was so loved that in Veterans vs. Newcomers 2, he received the most votes to rejoin. To this very day, Jupiter is still very well known in the paper show community, competing in a ton of paper shows such as Survivor Nintendo Paper Island, Survivor Paper Island, Total Drama Paper cartoon, and even Duncan's Total Paper Island. But even after all of this development, Jupiter is just none other but a mask to cover up all he did in Season 18 and who he really was. But that's what makes him such a developed contestant, and that's why he received 3rd place in this list.
Taking the number 2 spot, we have Lucas from Total Drama Nintendo, first appearing in Season 12, Total Drama Nintendo Double Trouble. Throughout the season, he was quite a quiet player, sitting in the majority alliance for most of his run, but not really dictating anything or making a name for himself. He was up against Marth from the Fire Emblem franchise in the final 2, and well, Lucas won. However, he was always seen as quite a mediocre winner. He didn't do very much by himself his first time around, and there was nothing else noteworthy about him except for the fact that he had won. It wasn't until Season 21 until he returned in Winner's Arena. This time in Winner's Arena, Lucas was out to prove that his first win wasn't a fluke, and that he deserved to win and that he was going to do it twice. And he did. Lucas was the first 2-time winner in Total Drama Nintendo, beating out Peach Rabbit in the finale. Ever since his second win, Lucas has been acclaimed as one of the best to ever compete in TDN, and since becoming a better strategist, and is part of one of the most iconic alliances in the series, being aligned with Joker, Terry, and CJ, 3 other winners, aligning multiple times throughout multiple different seasons. Lucas has developed not only as a character, but as a player. He is one of the most dangerous players to ever play, originally underestimated because of his small size, but now being seen as a big threat. Even with his 2 wins, he was still able to perform extremely well in seasons such as Generations of Glory and Total Drama Nintendo Paper Island Icon Invasion. What we've learned over time is never underestimate Lucas, and that is how Lucas has developed as a character over his time in Total Drama Nintendo.
Akari, a Robloxian that has been in a handful of seasons of Total Paper Island throughout the years. Being from a boring floater in his first season, which is Pacateo Island, to being a 2-time champion at Winners at War later on. But there's a big story on how he had the most development out of everyone throughout the Paper Show community. But how did he get all the development, you may ask? First and foremost, he was a floater. Only just winning 1 challenge throughout the merge in Pacateo Island. And also, he had done like a couple of things, not like too many things, unlike the other contestants, for example, like Milk. But that's kind of off topic. Besides the point, he ended up winning Total Paper Island, Pacateo Island, which is kind of a controversial winner for some of the fans in the community. But later on, in All-Stars Season 7, yeah, he got out really early from being the 3rd boot and also the first winner out of like everyone in the season, which is kind of sad. Later, he would make a reappearance in Roblox Rampage, but therefore he just ended up going insane and just evil to be in a point that he was kind of the villain in the Roblox Rampage arc. Which in that arc, yeah, he wanted to take over the show and betray literally everyone, mainly because he was eliminated and he just kind of needed those revenge. You know what I mean? Later on, he would make a reappearance in Champion Survival Clash, which he changed from being evil to being just a flawless, boring, I guess, kind of contestant. But, like, he basically just didn't do a lot compared to the others, and he just, like, he always said, oh yeah, I'm the worst winner, when there's, like, other winners. But that's not the point. Later on, in the movie, which we're gonna have some spoilers, he managed to come back during that one scene where basically every single dead contestant came back to life. Which basically means that he came back. And he'll only make like a few appearances. Later on, in Season 21, with the Winners at War, he managed to have lots of development compared to like all the other seasons that he was in combined, literally. He had a lot of improvement in terms of playstyle and his character. So, how did he get a tons of development? Well, in Winners at War, he basically did play a lot of moves and basically backstabbed many of his alliances. People cannot literally, they think that, oh yeah, you can get rid of him. But no. He decided, he basically just got rid of basically his alliance and betrayed the amount of people that he was in his alliance. Which he basically worked with another person, Mega Man. Something that was iconic. in my point of view, is so you know how he was working with Mega Man throughout the season. He basically turned him into an amiibo version, which is someone to not be messed with when you think that you're gonna at least be safe, at least. Moreover, with that, he had played the most moves throughout the season, basically as a role antagonist, basically. Therefore, making him a 2-time champion, as throughout one of the most developed contestants overall. Well, the 2-time champion win was something from memorable, basically memorable. From being a bland, goody, boring, goofy ass, just like stupid, I guess, contestant, to being one of the most developed Robloxians in any other paper show and in Total Paper Island history. Recently, he came back to Total Paper Island: The Epic Adventure. He did have a pretty fair game, I guess. Nothing too special, except working with like one alliance, which is Itadori and Shulk, spoilers. But overall, he had one of the biggest developments in Total Paper Island history, and had one of the most enduring changes in his like character overall. Basically, improvement. And also his like gameplay as well. So that's why Akari is #1 on the list of all the paper show most developed characters of all time.
And there you have it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And this is our list. This is the list that we came up with ourselves. So let us know what your guys' lists are, or which characters that you think were very well and most developed in these paper shows. Let us know in the comment section. And with that said, thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, the links to these users' YouTube channels will be in the description, so make sure to check them out and give them a sub. And also thank you to everyone who participated in this video. So yeah, thank you so much. I wouldn't do this without you. And stay tuned, because there will be some more collab videos, down the road. Maybe some more this year, it depends. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next video. This is TDI Fan 2023 signing off. Peace out, and have a wonderful day.